Older IMDb reviews of 1969's The Conspiracy of Torture, aka Beatrice Cenci, read as follows. Aebon09, on 28th of August 2000, claimed it is Fulci's best non-horror movie. A terrifically executed period piece from the godfather of gore, Beatrice Cenci, 1969, is a masterpiece of tragic beauty. This movie is a contradiction to the accusation of Fulci as a misogynist from his later films. Adrienne LaRussa does a nice job in conveying the almost gentle nature of the female protagonist. George Wilson as the father does a good job in portraying someone truly evil. Cries of death to the director were shouted in a theatre due to the film's anti-Catholic nature. The Catholic Church is presented in the film with absolute disdain. In fact, they are seen as greedy and hypocritical. Beatrice Cenci, 1969, along with The Witchfinder General, 1968, are probably the best films dealing with the late Middle Ages. The direction is nearly perfect and the story is well done. The film revolves around a labyrinth of flashbacks in the style of Reservoir Dogs 1992. Finding that film isn't even 10 years old yet in 2000. Amazing. The main source of influence seems to be in the play version of The Cenci by Artaud Antonin, as well as the 5-act play by Percy Shelley. I assume that's Percy Shelley. There are two films that Beatrice Cenci 1969 compares with. One film is Don't Torture a Duckling 1972, that's Fulci's film, which also deals with Catholic repression. Another Fulci, in this case, the film is The Devil's Honey 1986, which deals with a woman's urge to be an independent woman. Beatrice Cenci 1969 is not only overlooked by Fulci supporters, but by Fulci distractors, I assume they mean detractors, as well. This movie shows that Fulci was capable of more ambiguous and personal films than the many ones that he directed in his career. It's too bad is he had the talent that would have made him one of the best directors of his generation in Italy. Well, he was, in any case, in my opinion. And I'd like to read out also from Woody Anders' 3rd of December 2010, one of Lucio Fulci's most underrated and unjustly neglected films. Lucio Fulci achieved his greatest enduring cult popularity with his gruesome and moody horror splatter pictures, but was actually a much more versatile and accomplished director than he usually gets credit for being. This historical drama stands out as a sterling example of Fulci's remarkable cinematic talents. Lavishly mounted on a substantial budget, it manages to be genuinely poignant and gripping without ever becoming too sappy or melodramatic. Fulci handles the stark and unsentimental telling of this shocking real-life tragedy with admirable skill and assurance. He delivers a thoroughly convincing and unromantic evocation of the harsh 16th century period setting, along with a properly grim and gritty atmosphere, and trademark startling moments of brutal violence and sadistic torture. Adrienne LaRussa gives a strong and touching performance as Beatrice Cenci, a gentle yet proud and resilient teenager who plotted with her faithful servant lover Olimpio, the always excellent Thomas Milan, to kill her cruel and abusive nobleman father Don Francesco Cenci, superbly played by the hateful hilt by George Wilson. Maeve is likewise sound as Beatrice's long-suffering stepmother Lucretia, and Ignazio Spalla contributes an amusing turn as the gross fat slob bandit Catalano. Erko Mengs' sumptuous cinematography gives the movie an impressively lush and expansive look. The grand melodic score by Angelo Francesco Lavagnino and Silvano Spadaccino rates another major asset, but it's Fulci's inspired direction and the bold, vehement, anti-Catholic stance that really brings a certain raw and direct power to the film, well worth seeing.